Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Mundane Matt, and one of the pitfalls of being a public figure on Twitter or any bit of social media is that you literally expose yourself to the masses. You expose yourself to people out there and you try to talk about things you're working on, promote the things you love, maybe discuss the things you don't, and as a result of that, you can be targeted by assholes who have nothing better to do than to troll you. This, in our current point in society, is just a fact of life, and it's not going to change anytime in the future. Unless Twitter starts IP banning people, it's not going to change. And ultimately, it shouldn't. And the reason why it shouldn't, and I'll get back on point here in a second, is because if you put your ideas out into the world, expect them to be challenged. If you try to espouse your opinions and expect to talk into an echo chamber where those are validated and continued forward without any question or extra thought, then that's the problem. But unfortunately, in our current society using Twitter, people tend to use it, any form of criticism or debate or disagreement, as outright harassment. And unfortunately, it can easily be conflated together. Now, what I want to talk about, though, is Mortal Kombat X producer Sean Hemmerich just decided to quit Twitter yesterday on March 27, 2015. And the reason why is because he received threats of violence towards his wife and young daughter from one user. One Twitter user named King Odini is the guy who did this shit. One dude. That's it. Just one fucking guy. He's the one. And that caused him to walk away. And you know what, though? A lot of people are really pissed off at King Odini. In fact, the account at this point is gone. It's finito. It's done. It's been suspended, deleted, or just outright taken down. And what King Odini said to Sean Hemmerich is they're talking about adding in characters. And he says, "Yo, bitch, if you don't put my nigga Raiko in, I'll be over there to fuck your wife. You heard?" That's what he said. That's it. Now, granted, in online culture, those of us who especially kind of hang out in the chans, this is not uncommon. This is not uncommon. We hear this all the time, might even partake in the same kind of verbiage when discussing with people. It happens. Is it right? No, absolutely not. I don't think that should have been said. However, the thing is, though, is King Odini is not a new account. That's the other part, too. The account at this point, like I said, is done, but I've been able to trace it back to at least last summer, like June or July of last summer, when there was a correspondence between him and the official PlayStation account. So this is not an egg account. This is not a sock puppet account that would have been lampooned by fucking Tim Schafer, the dick, but an actual person who had been on Twitter for a while. Which, what does that mean for right now? It just means that this is a person who's probably been around and been trolling since before Gamergate, which leads me to the last part of this article. Is if you go to the Daily Dot, writer Imad Khan ends the article with one little paragraph. He says, "It's part of a disturbing trend that's been witnessed across parts of the gaming community. Last year's major gaming controversy, Gamergate, reached a boiling point when many feminist critics were barraged with threats. Even famed game developer Tim Schafer received much lampooning on Twitter when he made fun of the movement during the Game Choice Awards at the 2015 GDC earlier this month." Right? So here you've got a situation where this writer is trying to attach blame to a developer being run off of Twitter. And so who's the first person he goes to? Well, not really a person. He goes to Gamergate. He pins all of that on Gamergate, as if Gamergate had anything to do with this. I did my searching the best that I could, given the fact that the King Odini account had been taken down, but I found no references to Gamergate. I found no references to anything of the sort, and yet here we are having a Twitter account that I found, or a conversation between him and the PlayStation account before Gamergate began. So this is definitely not a related event, but Imad Khan is attempting to drop controversy by claiming that it is, and that boils my blood. I actually tweeted at him and I said, if you're going to accuse Gamergate of running Sean Hemmerich off of Twitter, would you at least provide evidence of your libel? I sent it off about 4 hours ago now, and I've received nothing back yet. He's basically outright ignoring what I'm trying to ask him. But the truth of it is, guys, is this thing's been going on now 7 months. Every single thing has been thrown at Gamergate, from levels of harassment to fucking school shooting threats, but there's been no direct connection. It is at this point, the games media or the tech media is attempting to label Gamergate as the end-all boogeyman of their entire existence. You know, like Gamergate is the creature hiding underneath their bed or in their closet or waiting to come out of the toilet when they're taking a shit. That's what they think Gamergate is, but they provide absolutely zero evidence to support their claim and back it up. And yet, how is this stuff continuously getting through editors, right? Well, there was a conversation I saw between Greg Miller and Kezia McDonald from Kotaku a few weeks ago on the Kind of Funny Gamescast, and they were talking about games journalism and whether or not it's dead. And Greg Miller had said that when he got the job at IGN, he went there and he was looking for an editor to be able to proofread his articles before putting it up on the site, and he was told that there are no editors, just go ahead and post it. And that's the state of games journalism. There are no editors. There are no people that are there to look at this. There's no standards and practices. There's no middleman to prevent them from posting this stupid shit, right? As there used to be. So it's the whole idea that there's no one kind of holding the leash on these idiots before they post this crap. And as a result of that, we get to see the Daily Dot trying to associate a developer being run off of Twitter for someone threatening his wife and child, but associating it with Gamergate when there's zero evidence of the sort. If only there was a way to like set a legal precedence of like, this has to stop, because that would be fucking fantastic. If we could find a way to go, look, you cannot associate blame with these people that have nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Like but that again, just going back to the whole original Gamergate thing, that's kind of been the key tactic of people. Look at a Man in Black, Sarah Butts, Randy Harper, Brianna Wu. All of these people will tweet out things. Well, this is what Gamergate believes, and they show some random person saying something, and they attribute it to everybody. As I said, Gamergate to these people is the ultimate boogeyman. They fear it behind every closed door, every dark alley, every backseat of their car at night that they can't see into because it's dark, that sort of thing. It is the fear that keeps them going, and they have to keep trying to associate it with stuff to keep believing that lie that they've told themselves. And I'm sick and tired of it, and if I see it, I'm going to call it the fuck out, which is what I'm doing here. So Imad Khan, I would very much love to see the evidence that Gamergate is behind this. I'd very much love to see where you drew this conclusion, because you're not giving us any evidence. I mean, sure, it's opinion, and that's perfectly fine. But if you want us to take you seriously as a writer, you'll respond. Anyway, my name is, of course, Mundane Matt. Leave your thoughts below in the comments, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one.